Hey, what's up, folks? Just another Average Joe here. Today I wanted to go over with you some fireproof products that have come up. I live a couple miles away from the Eaton fire that happened earlier this year, and we were just outside the evacuation zone. And so after the fire, I noticed on a lot of the websites there's a lot of products coming out for fire protection. In fact, I've seen a lot of these coming up on my suggested feed on Amazon and some of the other online product placement things. Anyway, this one here is claiming 6,400 degrees, and it's supposed to protect your documents and money, whatever you want to put in it, paperwork, I guess. So I'm kind of calling bull on that one. So let's give it a try. I mean, I don't have anything that's going to get 6,400, but let's see how this thing holds up at maybe a fraction of that temperature. So when I look at it, I mean, they're pretty nice. I think they have a silicone outer side, so it's actually quite smooth. It also claims waterproof. Waterproof I may be willing to go with, but even if the outside can hold up to some of the temperature of the fire, and I'll take some close-up photos. I don't know. I don't have faith in these zippers. And the lock, I don't know, maybe. But I guess if you survive a fire, you're not so much worried about the lock. You're probably just going to cut it open anyway. But why don't we give this thing a try? I forgot to include earlier when I filmed this video to mention that I did receive the product for free, the Fireproof document pouch, and from Amazon Vine to use and review, which is what we're doing here. I'll put a link into this this product here, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not believing 6,400 degrees. I notice a lot of times on the reviews when you go to these things, people will just get a little torch and they'll kind of hold it up for a few seconds, and they'll say, "Wow, it doesn't leave a mark." So, and it didn't. It actually it's hot. So I think we're gonna stuff this full of paper. It's got insulated. I think it says it's 12 layers of insulation. I'll put down here a link to the site. I don't know if I can do a screenshot if that messes with YouTube's copyright borrowing. I don't know if that stuff's copyrighted or not, but I'll put a link to the website so you can take a look at this. I'm kind of curious really about the zippers and also the paper inside, because even if this can hold up to quite a lot of temperature, I looked up, and of course, as you may know from Fahrenheit 451, cellulose or paper starts, that's the flash point or whatever, where it'll start to burn even if it's not exposed to direct flame. So we'll have that in here. So this has to also keep the paper cool enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to load this up with paper, we're going to close it up, and I'm going to throw it in my propane fire pit, which I believe the hot ones only get up to about 1,500, but we'll give it a little test. Well, what do you think, 30 minutes? Let's do 30 minutes and see how it goes. I'm going to throw this zipper side down, because if this thing has got to survive a fire, the zipper's got to survive and protect too. And I think that's the weak point on these guys, is because I don't know if you can see it, but see the zipper, while it's got a little cover, that's the exposed point, and I just can't see that that holding up. But let's give it a try and see how that looks. All right, so we'll give this a try now. We're going to put this on here. I'll have the zipper and the lock facing the flame. I got let's see what we got here right now. We're looking at, let's go in the center. In the middle there, we're about 810 degrees. I don't know if you can see that. Well, we got 830 in one spot. Let's see if we can find where that is. Let's see, let's go, about 800 degrees, 810 there, 820, 830, right there in the middle. All right, so we want to get it right in here. I'm going to put a little rock here so we can raise it up. I don't want the this. I'm going to take this strap off because I'm guessing that's probably just nylon and that's not going to last. But hopefully I don't ruin my all my glass here. Let's get that over so we get a little, what do you say, right here? Ooh, that was hot. All right, let's give it a try. Don't worry, I will fast forward through this 30 minutes. I started my stopwatch now, and we'll check the temperature maybe every 5 minutes or so. It's hardly been on yet. I think it's, if anything, we're pushing a minute, and I already smell, I feel like I smell burning paper. So we'll take a look in a minute just to see. So we had about 680 degrees here. It's only been a couple minutes, but I think because of the it's keeping some of the oxygen down, that the temperature is actually a little lower than it was when I had it open. But I see smoke. So we got 861 degrees here. We're about 4 minutes in, and already the seams are burst. I think we're going to have to call this off. To this, it's already failed. I'm going to shut the fire off, so hopefully we can see, and I'll turn some lights on.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you can see the smoke, but let me see. But it stinks. All right, that is. That's the lock. So that smells really bad, and you can see the lock is. If you can see that, it's completely melted. It's got, in fact, it's got my glass stuck to it. The zippers have all failed. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, we're about 640 degrees at the site. So all the seams looks like have melted away. Whew, that's nasty. So the lock itself is actually on fire. I'm trying to put that out right now. The lock is burning on its own. You can see all the content, all my papers and everything in there. They're pretty much toast, and the fumes coming off this are nasty. So I'm going to step back because I can't breathe this. I'm going to say that's a fail. We lasted, what, like 5 minutes in? This has been burning on its own for a little bit here, and this is just nasty. The fumes are just horrible. I had to step away. The fumes were just so bad coming off of this thing. And it looks like the lock is still bubbling a bit. Take a look here. Yeah, I think the lock is still cooking inside. It's showing about 400. I got a high reading of 400 on that still. So I'm going to let that cool off before we go any further on that. Okay, so I let this thing sit overnight. It stayed hot for a long time. Oh, this is nasty. Okay, so this is a pretty crispy critter here. If you can see, the lock itself is completely burned, and ooh, it still smells bad. Ooh, this thing is still nasty. Okay, but like I had thought, the zippers, definitely a point of failure. Completely melted off. I'll try and get some close-up photos. the seams, I guess, separated. You can see the, I'll have to get a picture of the inside of the lock. It's completely all melted on the inside, so it was actually looks like it was burning inside the case as well. You got all the scorch marks. It actually in the center is actually pretty good, but all the edges, again, I'll get some photos. Let's see how that other zipper fared. Not exactly sure where the other zipper. Okay, I can see my. Ooh, I got all the. I think the zipper kind of melted shut in there. Let's see the main compartment. The foil. You can see the scorch marks. The tissue paper caught fire, but I think it stopped. I think it's because it was not getting air in there. But we got papers. Some of the stuff survived. Some of the stuff not so much. I'm gonna have to take pictures because you can't really. But we're gonna say it's the fail. The funny thing is the silicone, which is what everyone always tests, actually came out fine, but all the fireproof layers seem to be somewhat intact, but the design of the structure, the seams, everything kind of burnt and melt. Like all the stitching all around is all burnt up, melted. So again, I guess some of the materials on here can hold up with the temperature, but the actual build and construction, not even close. So, well, I guess this one is done. So if you found this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe. I hope this helped you out. I'll try and have some more content with hopefully interesting subject matter for you in the future. All right, thank you. Have a good day.